yeah, Group 1, we got Belsack, Hafthor Bjornsson, Rob Kearney, Payman, Lawrence Chalet, and Marius Lawless. That's a
I thought you were
pretty.
going to try to pronounce Payman's last name. I thought that was coming
Do you want to
next. I wasn't
try?
going to try. No,
Do you,
I'm all set. I'm good.
do you remember
No
our
idea.
Do you remember our preview last year of Payman?
No. I remember saying something, but I don't remember what it was.
Because he's from Iran and we just had we didn't know anything about him at all, Um, so we just didn't know a single thing about him, and I just figure he's just gonna be one of those big, like, hairy Iranian guys with like leg hair like crazy, and it wasn't too far off. And he did very well. Like
Very well, yeah.
he damn near made the finals. Um, Last year, I think he had like
Solid debut.
yeah, he had a little bit of a I think he had like some sort of hernia or stomach issue on the axle clean, and then but Nick Best ended up edging him out. But yeah, he's a formidable competitor. Big Laws is good. He's had some injuries. Pretty much, the lost thing is if he gets injury, if he's able to not get hurt, is kind of
Yeah, and he knows that too. He said, if he can stay healthy, I mean, he can make the finals, no doubt.
for sure. Okay, so pretty much first place, Hafthor Bjornsson.
Yep.
Let's just take that off the table. No more need to discuss. Haven't even looked at the events.
Doesn't matter. Right now, I'll say it, he's the strongest guy in the world.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Training is unbelievable. Now, granted, people are going to say, Shaw hasn't put out as much footage, and that's true. But what Thor has put out is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, we could.
I mean, like, what did he strict press? 396 for two, like, easy doubles the other day.
Yeah, like
nothing.
No, not like a max. Like working weights, like actual training weights are supposed to look.
That was. I mean, it looked like somewhere in the 80% range. Like, he could strict press 450 right now, which is nonsense.
Do you remember when everyone always talked about how great Hafthor Bjornsson would be if only he could improve his static strength?
Whoa, there you go.
Well, now we know. And we're seeing it. And, barring unforeseen events or, mistakes, I think, we're looking at the start of the era of Thor. It's really looking like. If we just want to totally glance way ahead, and you can just not listen to the whole rest of this podcast after that. but yeah, so yeah, Thor Group 1, he should just walk away, not have to do stones, win the thing. So it goes between Belsack, Rob Kearney, Payman, Laws, and Marius Lawless. They're doing the event. That's pretty stacked. A load and carry, circle of strength, which is like a Conan's walk kind of event, I assume.
Okay.
Sorry. A squat lift, arm over arm, log lift, and Atlas stones. So event 1, load and carry. Well, how do you see those athletes doing in a load and carry?
Laws will do great. Marius will do great. And Kern, I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure Belsack is good at a load and carry, but I can't remember if he's like a standout performer on them.
Yeah.
Then that'll be. And then Payman, he did pretty well at the load and carry last year, right?
Yeah, he's pretty good at that, and he just did like some contest in Iran, and he looked good. So I think it's gonna be close. I think it's an important event for Kearney and Belsack.
Yep.
Especially like they're, a little bit, shorter competitors. It tends to not work. The loads. Well, I think it's like a farmer's walk into 2 sandbags is.
Oh, okay.
What I think the load and carry is. That
That's
might be
cool.
a little.
I'm glad we're bringing that back.
Yeah. So something like farmer's walk, Rob's really fast at.
Yes.
So I think he should do good at that. He's just put on so much weight. He's gotten so statically strong. It's just then once you get to that point, you then have to get the conditioning back. I'm not too sure how his training's been going with that. We'll just have to see.
I'm sure he's really motivated out of not
100%.
living up to what he thought he could do at the Log Lift World Championship, which
Mhm.
I mean, he had an off day. I mean, he's incredibly strong. We thought he could hit a world record.
Yeah.
He had a rough day. So now he's motivated, even more so. So
Yeah.
it'll be cool. And then Lawless, of course, is I don't know. I mean, either of the Lawless brothers, you really can't count them out for anything.
You can't count them out, but you also don't know. Like, it's so hard to say. They've had some injuries. Vatatis just got injured. Tore a calf or something at Europe's. Marius, you haven't. He was winning all those SCL contests like 2-3 years back, but I don't really know what he's been up to. So I think on the load and carry, I really think it's going to be, other than Halfdoor, of course, it's going to be a battle between Big Laws and Payman.
And I think Laws will. If Laws is on, which I hope he is, I think Laws will.
Yeah, he's
probably take second right behind Thor.
Got great foot speed. Circle of Strength. That's an interesting event. I think it could really. It's people don't see him as much, and they're not used to doing those front carries. We haven't seen that too much in Worlds lately, and a lot of the competitors you don't really see them training to go max distance like with a front carry like that too often. So I think it'll be another big. I think Marius Lawless might be good at events. I just really don't know who's good at those type of events.
That's more common in things like SCL. You would see more of those.
Yeah.
So Marius probably has more experience recently.
Yeah, that's why.
If he's been. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that kind of goes to the competitors that have more experience in it, like that have done more of like the international style contests, like Lawless, Big Laws obviously, and Belsac. But I don't know if Belsac's built very well for the event. Yeah, and we go into a squat. I'm looking at the events for this group. You have a load and carry, circle of strength, squat lift, arm over arm. Like those are such, all of those, other than the squat, but load and carry, Conan's wheel, and an arm over arm are such throwback events that it makes it really hard to tell, because it's not the traditional, log, deadlift, stones, yoke, farmers that we see so often at shows the past like 2-3 years. It's hard to say who's better at those more, old school traditional type of events. But let's arm over arm, like that's a tough event, for
tough event to call.
Yeah, they all are. How do you see? Let's pick two guys at the end of this of Group 1. How do you see them? Who's gonna be going head to head in Atlas Stones?
Belsac and Laws, if Laws is healthy,
and
Laws with because doing well in the load and carry, doing well in the circle of strength, coming in towards the end on the squat, so that he. Please, it's still like going back a few years from him hurting himself on the squat. Yeah. I mean, I know he just had a I think his most recent injury was a back injury, I think.
I'm not sure.
But I think Laws will be very strategic with the squat. Again, he just needs to stay healthy. He stays healthy through the first 5 events, then I see Belsac picking up some points on the log for sure. Rob picking up some points on the log for sure. And then going to be right. It's going to be very close between Laws, Belsac, and Kearney for that top 3. And even Payman. I mean, and Marius. Again, can't count them out. It's a stacked group.
Yeah.
It really is. It's hard to call. But I say Laws. I say Laws goes in the stones and just a little bit faster than Belsac.
I think that's real fair. That's as safe as a prediction as you can do with the group. I think Payman could really surprise people. He's only gotten stronger since last year, and he surprised people last year. I don't think too many people pay attention to him, just because like every Instagram post of his is in Iranian, so you really have no idea what he's saying.
It's hard.
It's just fucking hieroglyphs. But But he's
I don't know if that's the official language, kiddo.
I probably someone's going to be offended by that, but uh, anyways, no offense meant. It's just that's it's the same like if Shivakov, it's all in Russian, so it's harder to decipher, and Google Translate doesn't always work. So I think
Shivakov and
uh,
Misha or Kokliev.
yeah. So I think
Yeah.
it's just people aren't as aware of the competitors, but they're really good. If you go and look at their training, he's deadlifted over 900 pounds in like a powerlifting meet. I believe he did. He hit some sort of record like in a single ply powerlifting meet, like 420. His logs over 400. He's pretty strong. This is a weird group with especially how stacked the competitors are and how unpredictable the type of
Those
events
events are.
are. There's going to be a
Yeah.
lot of ups and downs. This one's going to be changing
Yep.
hands a lot, and it's just going to be who stays the most consistent the whole way. And you could say that for any, but especially for this group. But yeah,
Yep.
I say out of the two, going to call it safe. Most likely scenario, Half Thor and Big Loss go through to the finals.